I didn't have any Christmassy shirts, so my husband suggested that I wear his Grinch onesie that he got a couple years ago from Matching Family Jammies. So it's a good thing that I look really good in chartreuse because this is the third attempt at filming this video. Fancy meeting you here. I'm so glad you stopped by this time because I have some gift ideas for the chronically ill loved ones in your life. But first things first, it's hot. And my hair looks pretty good today, so the hood's coming off. I'm feeling better. It's so hot in this thing. Okay, I know Christmas is like 2 weeks away, so I'm kind of behind on this whole gift guide thing, but if you're still shopping, I could be helpful, so let's get to it. Number one on my list is something that a lot of people find very useful, not just the chronically ill, but people in general, but especially people with a chronic illness. It is essential oils and perhaps a diffuser. So if you could ask what their main symptoms are when they're in a flare and look up what essential oil goes well to combat that symptom. So I know that for nausea, peppermint is really good, I've heard, or some other ones I don't remember. Or like if they have muscle pains, you could look up specifically what oil would help with that. You know, just figure out the best option for your loved one. But before you go buying them essential oils or accessories for it, I would ask them beforehand what they have, or somehow check what they have, so you don't just get them multiples of the same thing. Also, a thing that my mom gave me a few years ago is, it's like a little locket necklace that it opens up and then it has a little felt circle that you place inside, and you put a few drops of your essential oil of choice, close it, and then wear it as a necklace. Another item that I personally love and enjoy is an eye mask that you can put in the freezer. It has like these little jelly beads inside that get cold, and it's kind of like an ice pack, but it's meant for your eyes. It helps with migraines, which I get frequently, and sometimes medicine doesn't work. Another highly recommended gift is a lap desk or a lap tray. I used to have one in college before I became chronically ill. So it's just a good idea for anyone, but chronically ill people especially, who if they're having a flare, they can't really get out of bed or off the couch, but they still have work to do. So you just set this tray on your lap and you can put your laptop on it, or a tablet, or a book if you want to read a book, or you can even eat off of it if you are so inclined. Breakfast in bed, anyone? I know that this next item is used very widely for people who are not chronically ill, but I think it's still a good idea for those who are. It is a weighted blanket. And I know a lot of people, including myself, just feel calmer with the weight of it. I like especially on my chest. That's where it benefits me the most. But just all over. I got one last Christmas, and I have been sleeping with it every day since then. But it does come with some drawbacks. First of all, I live in California, and it is December, and it's still so hot outside. So it's not very convenient in the heat. But also, if I'm in a flare and I have pains, especially in my arms, it is so inconvenient and cumbersome to move around. So it helps while I'm under it, but the process of getting under it can be very painful, or the process of getting out of it in the morning, or just in the middle of the night when you want to like roll from one side to the other. You got to move this hefty blanket, and it's not fun. So I have come across, it's called the Hug blanket. It's the same idea where it puts pressure on you and calms you, but it's like an all-around hug. It's like a little cocoon or like a baby swaddle. that you get inside and it hugs you, but it's not as thick and heavy as a weighted blanket is. So, and I think it also has the option that you can, there's like a slit on the bottom or something that you can poke your feet out if you need to, which I know some people would enjoy. And that is definitely on my list. I really want one, but they're kind of pricey. Something that I use on a regular basis, at least once a week, is earplugs. They are not like the typical earplugs that fill up your whole ear and it just muffles all the sound and you can't really understand what people are saying. They just dampen the noise, but you can still hear enough to have a full conversation with somebody, but it's just quieter. Because I know that I have some kind of a noise sensitivity. I don't know if it's part of my chronic illness or if it's just some other bonus symptom that I have, where if it's too loud or too like overly stimulating in an auditory fashion, I will freak out. The place that I use it the most is at my daughter's swim lessons every Monday. The way it's set up is that here's like the swimming pool, and then here's like, it's like a little hallway or like a really elongated room with glass windows so that you can see your child swimming, but you're not actually in the swimming pool area. And that place is so echoey. And there's always at least one kid sitting right next to me, of course, who has the tablet watching a video on full volume, and it echoes all over the place. And it's like the noise just engulfs me and I cannot escape it. It's ridiculous. But then I put these earplugs in and it dampens the noise. It's still really annoying, but I don't freak out. It calms me down. So this would be good for anyone who has a noise sensitivity. I will link the exact ones that I use in the description box, along with another pair that I really fancy. My next two gift ideas are more service-based gifts. So one of them is to hire cleaners for your loved one's home dwelling space. I know for myself at least, and probably for anybody else with chronic pain, or even like a mental illness, this can work too. It sometimes is really hard to get the energy or the motivation or the will to clean your house. You know, if you're in pain, it's just, you can't like, I don't know, you can't do things. And cleaning, if something is dirty or cluttered, it just adds to my stress and just perpetuates the symptoms. It's just not a good time. So if you hire somebody or volunteer yourself to clean your loved one's space with no judgment, that's important. No judgment. Because if you're just going to judge them, just what's the point? Just don't do it. So hiring professional cleaners or offering yourself to clean for them, I think is priceless gift. Along that same theme of service-based gifts is like a subscription to delivery services. So like Instacart Express. I know you can just use Instacart for free, but then you have to like pay delivery fees and, you know, extra things. But I believe with Instacart Express, there's no delivery fees or something. And it, basically what Instacart is, it's a delivery service where somebody else goes and does your grocery shopping for you. So you just put in the app the store you want it to be picked up from and what items you need, and then somebody else will go shopping for you and come and just drop it off on your doorstep. It's amazing. So great. Because if you have to go grocery shopping by yourself, you have to put in the energy to probably shower and then get dressed and then drive to the store. And then that is when you finally get to the task of actually shopping, which takes up even more energy. Then you have to come home, put it all away. But with Instacart, they do that all for you. You just have to put it away. Great. Or another one is like DoorDash. You can get Dash Pass, which is the same idea. There's like no delivery fees, I think. And, you know, they bring you already prepared food, like from a restaurant, and saves you that energy. of cooking. It's great. This is not sponsored, by the way. It sounds kind of sponsored, but it's not, I promise. If you know somebody with a chronic illness, or you yourself have a chronic illness, and you have an idea for a gift that I didn't think of but you would like to share, leave a comment. I would love to hear about it. And I'm sure other people would love to hear about it. So let me know what you guys think. If you liked my video, a thumbs up would be great. If you hated my video, a thumbs down would also be great. Pretty please. If you want to hear more from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe. I would love that. And Merry Christmas, Merry Hanukkah, Merry whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays of all varieties. Doodles! That was wordy.